Gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Truman Invitational. It's been a while. Good to see you guys. Justin, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Jim. How you doing, gentlemen? Welcome back.
Justin won't be in the league this year. He had with a lot of other things going on with being a new father. So, but he's helping me on the videos this year, being an outside, probably a consultant for Jamie Till, I'm sure.
Not how much. I don't know how much consulting I can do in college football, but I'm here.
Well, welcome. We'll go over the teams real quick, guys. We're going to go over get the draft order in place. Once again, the draft is going to be next Monday at 7 p.m. So 6 days away, Justin, until the draft day for the 2023 Truman Invitational, our third year, amazingly.
That's awesome. Football is back, boys. Football is back.
Football is here, and Justin and I, I think everybody knows, we both officiate high school football. We've already had 2 games. And we'll be going to Hilton Head this Friday for a 7:30 kickoff down in Hilton Head Island. So football's wide open, and college season kicks off this week 0. I think there's a couple big games. I mean, I guess Navy, Notre Dame.
I thought I saw Notre Dame had a game.
Yeah, they're playing. We've got a couple Irish fans that are with us, so they'll be excited about that. And of course, always you have the Rainbows of Hawaii at Vanderbilt. So
that should be great football.
Yeah,
great football.
Should be great.
You know what? We can't complain. Football's back, baby.
Yeah, I'll probably watch anything.
I found myself watching a couple preseason games. Honestly, I usually never watch preseason. I've been itching.
Preseason NFL?
I've been itching for some football. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, once again, thanks to Justin, our resident Clemson fan. Are you the only Clemson fan in the league, or do we have a couple?
I think there was one more. I think you mentioned there was one more. Because he would always beat me to the punch on Shipley and all the other guys. So
we'll when I see the teenagers, I'll probably remember some of those. But anyway, I want to say shout out to our sponsors. Once again, we're represented by Svedka Vodka. Cheers. That's one of our sponsors. And I couldn't find my hat, Justin. Our other sponsor is Rodney's Rockets. Pew, 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 pew. Always sponsor. Of course, that's the company owned by my son-in-law's father.
It's big deal.
Well, we'll talk more about that when we get to Chef Al. But without further ado, let's just go over a couple things, guys, that we need to touch on a couple before we get started with the draft, and we'll go over kind of how that's going to work with the draft order. Once again, draft date, as I said, Monday, 7 p.m. If you aren't able to get logged in, let me know. I'll be sending a text message out, a group text, probably tomorrow morning, just to confirm everybody's good. I think I've heard from about everybody, but when I do text, you don't have to reply all. Just send me a text saying I'm good for Monday at 7. Week 1 begins August 31st. That's a week from Thursday. Week 0 games will not count. Those stats that are accumulated this weekend will not count. So keep that in mind when you're drafting your team. Don't think, well, the Notre Dame, I had Sam Hartman put up 43 points. I'm going to draft Sam Hartman, and now I'm going to get those points. No, you're not. So anyway, I'll remind everybody that. Of course, a free agent acquisition budget, FAB budget is $150 or 150 units you have to bid on players all year round. That bid process starts Wednesday morning, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, it was a day behind.
So Wednesday a.m. at 9 o'clock, the FAB processes. After that, then it's free agent, just pick up first come, first serve. So you don't have to have money necessary to get a free agent. But to place a bid, you cannot place a 0 bid. You have to have at least $1 to place a bid on a player in order to get those free agents, which, as we found the last couple of years of this league, a pretty big deal getting those free agent pickups.
Going early, yeah. I remember last year, Bo Nix was a big deal for Jamie Till. Who dropped him? Do you remember?
I do remember.
Somebody dropped Bo Nix.
Alan Palmetto, Swag Juice, dropped Bo Nix after week 1 or 2.
It's tough.
Yeah, I think he was the 3rd highest scoring player.
Sometimes I think Jamie also got Judkins. Was it Judkins?
Yeah,
pretty early on.
Yeah.
I didn't bid early. That was a big mistake on my part. But
well, you made the playoffs last year, so
you got in.
What
do you call it? By the skinny
your nuts.
Your nuts.
By C hair. I won't.
Some of us wax. I mean, that might.
That warm wax is nice.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, entry fee, guys, $55. No later than the 10th of September. If you can get it to me by the 1st, that'll be fine. I'll send a link out. You can just pay the site. It stays on the site all year and leak safe. And at the end of the year, all I do is put in the winnings and boom, hit a button. It goes straight to you. So really simple and easy. There's no fees, no credit card fees or anything like that. So $55. $50 of which goes for the prize fund, actually about $51.80 or something. The rest goes to pay the site, which costs us, I think, $55 even or $50. So anyway, everything else that is not used for that goes into the prize fund, which we figure out at the end of the year. And playoffs, last year we did 8 teams. We're probably going to do, I think we're stick with 8 teams this year. I think we're going to split it and change it up a little bit. I'll send out a poll, but go to 4 divisions instead of 2. There'll be 4 14 divisions. Each division winner wins, and then the next 4 best records. So that'll create more opportunities for division wins. Once again, each week there's a $10 prize. So if you win the week, highest score of the week, you win $10. So that kind of keeps, even if you fall out, you go 0-16 or something early, you still have a chance to win money at the end of the year each week. So make sure to get your lineups in.
Sounds good.
So let's meet our contestants. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
So taking the place of Justin Lowe, coot season did not reopen.
No.
Coot season's closed.
Coot season closed.
My brother-in-law, he could change his name, but he didn't quite give me a name yet. We're going with the Tika K Chance. He's a Notre Dame fan, but also a huge Coastal Carolina fan.
They've had some good wins recently, yeah.
My niece cheered there for 5 years.
Okay.
And my nephew goes to Coastal, and so him and my sister have been going there all the time. I mean, week after week, over to Myrtle Beach or Conway to watch the Chanticleers play, and traveled everywhere. In fact, they're going out to Southern California in a few weeks to watch the Chanticleers at the University of Southern California. So John Truxas will be Team 16. Why does that matter? Justin, will you grab the cowboy hat, please?
Will do.
Brought a cowboy hat to honor the fact that Texas and Oklahoma will be entering the SEC next year. Inside the hat are 16 different numbers, which represent the team. So 16, 15, all the way down to 2, down to not anything, down to number 1. So 16 there, 1 through 16. So what we'll do when we do the draft order, we will draw a number which will correlate with your team. So Tika K Chance or Team 16.
I'm just going to go ahead and mix these up and make sure that all the numbers are there. Just so you know, Jim wouldn't cheat you, but just verifying.
Yeah.
Helping you guys out.
Appreciate it, Justin. So, Justin teaches PE at elementary school, a hero teaching elementary school PE. What was the story you're telling me about that you have so many Brazilian kids in your school?
Well, first off, don't oversell it. I get to throw balls at kids for a living. It's pretty great. Half of our school does not speak English. Jamie Till used to teach there. But we're getting a really high Portuguese-speaking population from Brazil, and these kids are wild. Went to a kindergarten class today where a kid was jumping up and down on the table, absolutely losing his mind. But it's crazy. He speaks Portuguese, but he found out a cursing phrase in English and Spanish on his first day in school, period. Never been to school before. I come in the room, I hear, "What the hell?" And I go, "Come here. You sit your butt down and don't say those words." And he goes, "I don't know." Like, he has no idea. And then he gets up after I put him in time. He's running around the room yelling, "Caca, caca, caca." So he must have learned that from a kid that speaks Spanish. But anyway, a little glimpse into the life of an elementary school PE teacher.
In 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I can live with that. I'd be going crazy. Our 15th team, this is kind of going in reverse order from last year's, Massages on Watson's Tab. Massages, I always say messages. Massages on Watson's Tab.
Probably got some of those too.
His record last year was a stellar 4-26 and finished in 16th place. Josh Berry wasn't the best effort last year. I'm sure he's going to
try and tighten up.
Yeah, try to do better. It's amazing. He had some good players. He had Brock Bowers and Jordan Addison. Yeah. Addison's of course drafted by the Vikings. So anyway, good luck to Josh this year to improve on that 4-26 record. In 15th place last year with 5-25 record, my cousin Michael Mitchell, Lee Corso's Headgear, a big Notre Dame fan. Saw him at a family event around October last year, and his team hadn't won a game yet, and I told him it was embarrassing. So he rallied to get 5 wins by the end of the year. And he had guys like, he had C.J. Stroud, Dalton Kincaid,
stud, Michael
Meyer, who's also drafted, tight end, and he had the Notre Dame defense. So maybe just some mismanagement there.
It's something I have noticed, as a lot of the guys in the league play NFL fantasy as well as college, it doesn't always translate. I feel like a lot of our teams had so many of these guys that we draft high in NFL fantasy. That doesn't mean it's going to help you out all that much in college. I know a couple years back I had Ken Walker, who was on the pace to win the Heisman. Didn't help my team. I was one of the bottom feeders. So it takes some roster management. You got to pay attention.
Well, you got so many more players. You have the 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs.
Matchups are a big deal too.
Yeah,
matchups are a really big deal too. It's tough. It really is.
It really is. Anyway, Mike, good luck this year. And by the way, his birthday was the 20th or the 19th, so just a couple days ago. So
happy belated birthday!
Happy birthday, Mark Burke. Finished at 14th.
We all love Mark.
8-22 last year. Another guy, Drake May, Xavier Worthy, Jameer Gibbs.
Probably should have had more wins.
I mean, so Mark, and once I always talk about this, but we probably could have a PBA bowling team out of these guys in this league.
Yeah.
Mark Burke, another one of the best guys in Charleston. I always mention that because he's very talented. So Mark coming at number 14, I never had anything bad to say about him.
No, I don't either.
I can't make fun of him.
I don't either.
Yeah. So anyway, move on. 13th place last year, Mayor Teddy City.
Oh.
Our good friend Andrew Freem lived right here in the neighborhood. 10-20 last year.
Yeah.
So he's in a big group there, 10-20, at least 3 or 4 guys. And, the West Virginia fan, I don't know if more West Virginia guys would help him.
Country roads.
It's a pretty good rendition there.
Nice.
We're doing a little karaoke in Justin's garage later if you guys want to come over. Maybe bring Jamie can bring his machine over. We'll set it up.
Shout out Jamie Till. DJ Jameson. If you need DJ services, hit him up.
He might be able to be one of our sponsors. We're gonna get some cash from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Andrew had Bryce Young, Charbonnet from UCLA.
Yeah, great.
Marvin Mims, Brennan Armstrong, which was a big disappointment last year.
Yeah.
For Virginia, he's transferred to NC State, so maybe Andrew will go with the tilt for him again this year. So Andrew Freem, West Virginia, Country Roads coming in at team number 12.
All right.
Team number 11.
Oh, the rocket ship.
Formerly I Suck.
I love it.
Now known as the Rocket Ship. And the reason I named him the Rocket Ship, Shannon Pollard is a big Gamecock fan. And I've been hearing since January that Shane Beamer has the Gamecocks on a rocket ship.
Yeah.
I mean, they are heading for the top of the mountain on a rocket ship.
No, they're all the way to the moon, Jim. They're all the way to the moon.
Already out of the atmosphere, stratosphere.
Yes.
What a hemisphere.
I teach PE. I don't know the spheres, but they're up there.
But they're up there. He tells me now, of course, as everybody knows, I'm a Missouri Tiger, and he keeps telling me how the Gamecocks, and I think Jamie Till's on the same boat, that they're going to spank Missouri this year. We've won 4 in a row, Justin.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been close.
Clemson can't say that.
No, they lost their win streak.
Yeah, we did.
But the Rocket Ship is coming back this year. He was 10-20 as well.
Okay.
He'll be team number 11. He had Raheem Sanders and Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
Now, Anthony Richardson becomes a number 1 draft pick.
Oof.
I'm going to read you some stats from last year, over 2 quarterbacks in collegiate stats, and you tell me the big difference. And I won't tell you the second guy was.
Okay.
I won't tell you either guy was.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming one's going to be Anthony Richardson.
Team 1, or quarterback number 1, 2,719 passing yards.
All right.
13 touchdowns.
Okay, not great.
7 interceptions.
Yeah, not great.
585 rushing yards.
It's something in fantasy, but yeah.
And 6 touchdowns rushing.
Okay, something in fantasy.
Here's quarterback number 2.
Yeah.
2,549 yards, so
okay.
less. 17 TDs.
Okay.
9 interceptions.
Yep.
654 yards rushing.
Oh, that's better.
By about 70 yards, right?
Yeah.
And 9 TDs, so a couple more TDs rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you say those stats are
they're not
whole
prolific, but I'd probably rather go with the second guy that you named.
Oh, okay, well, that's Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. Okay, all right.
Okay. The second guy, Brady Cook from Missouri.
The first guy?
Is Brady Cook from Missouri,
Cook.
who nobody wants to play him. In Columbus, they want to wait for Sam Hornet. I'm just saying it's amazing that he's the number 1 pick with those type of stats, and everybody's blowing up because he looks good in a pair of shorts at the combine.
I mean, he got drafted in the first round.
I know, it's crazy.
I mean,
that's crazy. Anyway, I don't think he's gonna be worth a shit. That's my point.
As a Titans fan, I'm hoping the Colts, So
Anyway, bad luck to Shannon.
Yeah.
Bad luck to him. Team 11, Swag Juice, Al Pomato.
His hair, I saw Alan's haircut on Facebook recently, and I gotta say, Alan's got a lot of swag in his juice right now.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely. I can't pull off that look.
Another great bowler.
I can't pull off that great
He
bowler.
bowled on the senior circuit, like regionally, and he's doing very well.
We really do have so many phenomenal bowlers
Yeah.
in this league.
You know, Alan reminds me with his hair like that. You've seen it's the dude
Yeah. Oh, he's the dude.
from, what was that movie?
He's 100% dude. The big
Lebowski.
Yeah.
So he's definitely pulling the dude off right now.
That's great.
Yeah. So Alan had some good guys. He had Will Levis, Devin
Okay.
Chain,
Yeah, tighten up.
Jordan Mims from
Good.
Fresno State. So
Yeah.
he was 12, 17, and 1.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you more about that tie later.
Things had swapped around a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you more about that tie, what the big implication that was
Okay.
coming up. Okay? All right, don't let me forget. All right, Alan Pomato's Team 10. Team 9, Chef Al.
Congratulations, Chef Al, on your.
Chef Al, you know, for those who don't know, him and my daughter Jalen are just newlyweds 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago they got married. Back from their honeymoon. Now they're old married couple living in Lexington or Casey, living up by Columbia.
Yeah, great.
So anyway, Chef Al, great because it makes a great fried pork chop up here.
I've heard that. I think
In the air fryer.
Air fryer steak too.
Yeah, sirloin fillets.
Yeah.
That's his go-to.
He's a nice guy.
A little too nice. Can't really hardly make fun of him.
I don't like drafting around him. He'll snipe all these
No, he
players.
snipes everybody.
He'll snipe everybody you want.
He does. Came in at 500 last year, 15-15, Team 10, just outside the playoffs looking in. Had Braylon Allen, Jackson Dart, Rasheed Rice, who's supposedly a big
Chiefs.
sleeper.
Chiefs, yeah.
Isn't he with the Packers?
Rasheed Rice?
Yes, he with the Chiefs?
He's with the Chiefs.
Or is that Sky Moore?
Sky Moore's there too.
Yeah. Anyway, Chef Al coming in as Team 9. Todd Munn, Beer Belly Blues. Now, he had the Blues last year, Justin.
I love that team name though.
You squeezed him out of the last playoff spot by like 43 points.
Ugh.
Total points scored.
It was close. It came down to that last week. It really did come down to that last week.
Todd Munn, dear friend of mine for years and years, 17-13, lost the playoffs on a tiebreaker. And many would say the reason he missed is because he had Spencer Rattler.
Well, I wouldn't argue that point.
Now think if he just Spencer Rattler would have played early in the year like he did later in the year, he might have had enough points.
Yeah.
If he had played against
The team-
everybody else like he did Tennessee and Clemson.
The team finally came together. They really did.
Yeah, I think.
I still wasn't impressed by Spencer Rattler in general, but I was impressed by the Gamecock football program. They really came together.
That's a really nice thing to say to a Clemson guy.
Florida State's my rival, my bitter rival. Carolina, I'm sorry. You know, you can talk about recency. You can talk about just the overall how many years they played against each other. The overall record between Clemson and Carolina, overall, over their lifespan, isn't even close. You got to keep it competitive to be called a rival. Our rivalry with Florida State is definitely a lot closer.
So you really, it's kind of like saying there's a rivalry between a hammer and a nail. It's
Yeah.
kind of your thought.
Yeah, pretty much.
Justin, coming out strong.
It is what it is. I'm saying I don't dislike Carolina. They are what they are. I have too many friends to dislike Carolina. They're Carolina fans. Anyway, go ahead.
And it's kind of,
Continue.
you kind of beat somebody when they're down.
I mean,
almost feel sorry for
I
him.
worked with Jamie in the same office for 7 years, and I didn't once pick on him about Clemson beating Carolina.
Like
Try
I
to
said,
be a nice guy.
Try to be nice.
I wouldn't want somebody to pick on me. You know, it is what it is.
Beer Belly Blues, Team 8.
Beer Belly Blues.
Another good friend of mine out of Greenville, North Carolina,
All right.
Chris Martin, East Carolina Hambone. So just on Facebook, Chris is him and his wife Beth are now empty nesters. Their daughter is now at East Carolina,
All right.
so they're home alone. So they hopefully have more time to focus
Go Pirates.
on his team. I tell you what, though, Chris won his division last year.
Good
Was
job.
20-10. Got upset in the playoffs.
It happens.
Got upset in the quarterfinals. Had Holt Nailers and Max Dugan. Max Dugan was TCU's quarterback that won the national championship game.
Yep.
Marvin Harrison Jr., who's back at Ohio State, and Cedric Tillman. So he had a really good team. But he won the Boosters division, but he's Team 5 by losing, getting upset in the quarterfinals. I think Jamie upset him.
Sounds about right.
Jamie was the 7 seed.
Sounds about right.
Rusty Jackson, Team 9, almost snap time. another one of our Hall of Famers, or he's in the Charleston Bowling Hall of Fame. Another one of our great
Yeah,
bowlers.
he's in the Hall of Fame.
Many. I've seen him bowl a couple 300, so he's really good.
Stud.
Anyway, he finished in the sixth slot because he lost in the quarterfinals to G Daddy. G Daddy put up 294 on him, so you can't really blame him.
I mean, there were some of those weeks that there was nothing you could do when the other team just completely went off.
Just completely blows up. He had Riley Leonard, Deuce Vaughn, Grayson McCall, the Iowa defense. Because Iowa couldn't score, but then no one scored on him.
It's fair.
It's kind of like being married.
It's fair.
They don't score. Nobody scores on them either.
It's kind of like the Broncos. The Broncos season.
Yeah.
You know,
very similar.
one of the best defenses in the NFL just couldn't score points.
Russ couldn't cook.
No, could not.
So Team 6, almost nap time. Team 5, playoff committee, Jason Ricker, another one of our PBA bowlers. Had the number 2 best record in the league, 21-8-1.
That's pretty good.
He got upset in the quarterfinals. That one tie was to Beer Belly Blues, 170.6 to 170.6. If he doesn't get the tie, takes the win, he would have had more points than the Fighting Hardballs would have won the division.
Oh.
If he would have won the division in this playoff matchup, he would have won the first round.
Yeah.
He would have won the second round.
Yeah.
And he would have won the championship.
Oh, holy crap.
So you could, theoretically, you could say
crap.
by 0.1 point that Jason Ricker lost the Truman Invitational in 2022. Theoretically.
The one thing that pops in my head, it seems like fate told Jason to, quote unquote, choke on a dick.
Choke on a dick!
Oh,
I
feel for you, Jason.
He had Bijan Robinson, his boy,
stud. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, Dylan Gabriel. He had the Bama D. So everything was close for old Jason Ricker. But
0.1.
The karma told him to what? Choke on a dick. And here comes our fatherly figure of the group.
G-Daddy.
Oh, G-Daddy times 2. Gene Brabham, retired fire chief out of Charleston Fire Department.
Thank you for your service.
Number 4 best record and also number 4 seed. He lost in the semifinals. He went 20-10 in the regular season.
Yep.
Had Will Rogers, Mississippi State guy. Clayton Tune for Tulane, who had a great year. Now he's in the NFL. I forget with who. He's fighting for a backup job.
Clayton Tune, he's Arizona. He's competing with Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Josh Downs out of North Carolina. Of course, then one of his best players, Michael Pennick Jr. out of Washington. Also moving to the Big Ten. With all this crazy realignment, Justin, it's hard to keep up.
It is. I'll be honest, I'm completely behind.
What you got? Next year, the Big Ten is going to have USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon. And then the Big 12 is going to have Utah, Arizona, Arizona State, and Colorado. Move to Big 12. So the Pac-12 now is now the Pac-4.
I feel like they need to get rid of the numbers unless they're going to rename it.
Unless it's going to fit.
It's going to be, I mean, call it something else.
It's embarrassing because it's almost like they can't count.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be about education, right? That's what college is about.
That's what it's all about. These are student athletes, Justin. These are student athletes.
It's not about NIL deals. It's about the education.
No, NILs. That's just extra. By golly. Anyway, G Daddy, he'll be team number 4.
G Daddy.
A rookie last year, the Fighting Hardballs.
Yeah. Had a hell of a season.
Hell of a season. John Hutchinson, my cousin's son-in-law, went 22-8. Top record in the league. Was the number 1 seed going to the playoffs.
That was who I played going into the playoffs.
Yeah, he beat you.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
He beat you. He was the division champion for Harpos. Had Tanner Mordecai. Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee was unbelievable.
He had some big games.
Chase Brown out of Illinois had some big game. All-American. Quentin Johnson for TCU wide receiver, who's now the Chargers.
Yep.
He had Michigan, Illinois defenses, so he had a really good team. Finished number 4, lost in the semis, and kind of a low-scoring game in the semis to Jamie, 166 to 153. So really a big upset.
It was a big upset.
Yeah, that's a big upset.
It was a big upset.
So the Fighting Hardballs come in at team number 3.
Probably going to want some revenge this year.
I think so.
Probably going to want some revenge this year.
Speaking of the upset wonder, did you watch Ted Lasso?
I've watched the first 2 episodes, and then we got sidetracked with another show, but eventually we're going to end up watching it.
Jamie reminds me of
He reminds me of George Costanza.
George Costanza, of course. But then, I mean, kind of the Wonder Boy assistant coach for Richmond, who ended up taking the job at West Ham. That's because, getting this team to the semifinals, or to the finals, actually. He lost in the championship game, 233 to 203 is a pretty good game.
Yeah, close.
He had Bo Nix, as we mentioned, and Quentin Judkins.
Picked him up.
But the Wonder Boy came to the playoffs as the number 7 seed, 1911, and never advanced to the final. So only his second year playing any type of fantasy. So really good job by Jamie picking it up quick.
He has.
Yeah.
He's done a really good job.
Good job. And then Team 1, defending champion. Not going to talk much about this. Doesn't matter. I ended up winning last year. Was number 6. I had the highest scoring team, so had a pretty good year.
All year.
Hey, no, I had Sam Hartman and Chuck Jones, Tank Dell.
I mean, if you want to take a victory lap, you
I
can
really
take a
don't.
victory lap.
It's embarrassing. I got lucky. So anyway, I'm team number 1, and that's our 16 teams. So I guess it's about time to get this draft order going.
Draft order going. How do you want to do this?
So
we're gonna wipe this.
Nope. Got another.
Oh yeah, you got another board. Yeah, that's right. That's
Got
right.
another board.
That's right.
So what we're going to do with these guys, we're going to draw. So the first 4 that come out will be one division. We're going 16 to 1, and then the next division will be 12 to 9. Then we'll go 8 to 5 and 4 to 1. That'll be our divisions. How it'll be set up. So it should be pretty simple. Those little stickers.
Yeah.
Those little.
I set them somewhere. Give us just a second, gentlemen.
Where's the bottom of the hat? So you've got some little.
They're behind you. By your
we got
bottle over there. There you go.
All right, sweet. So once again, we play 3 games a week. You'll have 3 different opponents. You set the same lineup. Your lineups lock 5 minutes before kickoff, guys. So if you have a 12 o'clock kickoff and you come at 11:58, it's too late. You're not going to be able to change that lineup. So you need to make sure you're in before kickoff to make your lineup change. I know Josh had an issue with that a couple years ago, year number 1, and I hated it, but there's really nothing we can do about it. So make sure you get your lineup changes in there. If you're having a problem, little mini bike going by. If you have a problem, text me, and I can go in and help do some changes if you are running into an issue. So remember, waivers will be on Wednesday, or Fab Budget Wednesday, and then the regular waivers run Thursday.
There were some days where I would call Saturday football and I would text Jim ahead of time and say, hey, listen, I am not going to have my phone on me. I'm out doing a game, whatever it is. This guy could play. He could not play. If he's not playing, I need you to swap out this guy because I'm not going to have access to my phone. Jim will help you out.
So if I'm available.
If he's available.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes he's calling ball too, and then you're just screwed. You don't have a player. But
all right.
do you want to?
Nope, you can draw.
You want me to draw?
Yeah.
All right. Pick one
Team
out.
16, or the 16th spot.
Is number 13.
Okay, I guess set that here. Team number 13 is 16, 15, 14, 13. Not bowl eligible. I'll make sure it's the right one.
Well, no, it's
No,
not.
no, because.
Grab it off the side. There you go. Make it frozen.
Oh.
Here, it's the wrong one.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, there you go. Grab that one. Sorry, guys, we didn't prepare ahead of time. Normally we could take a quick commercial break, but we don't have that kind of funding.
No, we need more sponsors.
Yeah, we need sponsors.
All right.
Ready for the next?
Yep.
Number 10.
Team 10. Team 10 is Swag Juice. Come in, number 10.
Grab one of them bad boys.
I'll have you do it. I'm kind of
All right.
going to shuffle them up a little bit.
Number 4.
Team 4. I think that's Gene. G Daddy. will have the 16th, 15th, 14th pick of the 2023 Truman Invitational.
Gotta keep it fresh. Keeping it fresh. What we got? Number 6.
Team 6. I think that's Rusty. Almost nap time. Rusty Jackson coming in at pick number whatever it is. So there's our first division.
13. Because we're going 16 down, right? Yep.
So there's your first division. Mark, Alan, Gene, and Rusty. And that's almost, if you could have had Ricker in there, it could have been the Bowling Hall of Fame.
It really could have been.
Division. We could have changed it.
It really could have been.
So Gene, you're going to have to step up your bowling game, bro.
All right. That's 1, right? Yeah, number 1.
Team 1, so that's me.
That's you.
So I have the
That.
first spot in that division.
Yep.
And I will be whatever pick that is.
12. 1, 2. Number 16.
That will be Tiga K. Chance. John Truxas, inaugural pick. We picked Megan Truxas, the cheerleader. It's the 11th pick.
All right. Oh, 15.
That will be Saj is on Watson's tab. Team 15.
Turn your shitty music down, bro. Seriously.
Some belly rubber.
What happens when you live in Monk's Corner? I swear.
Belly rubber music.
Better than Cane Bay.
What cool people live in Moss Grove.
12.
Team 12. Mayor Titty City.
The Titty City.
So that ends that division.
All right.
So in division number B, Andrew, Josh, John Truxas, and me.
16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Right
Pick
on
number
track.
9. Pick number 9.
Right on track.
All right. This looks like, did you ever watch WWF? This looks like Jim Ross's cowboy hat. The guy that would commentate. Oh my God!
Never
Stone
watched
Cold Stunner. You never watched any
Uh-uh.
WWF?
Shannon Pollard has pick number 8. He could probably get Rattler there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, I never watched the WWF.
I did when I was a kid, and when I got into high school, I realized,
No,
probably time to cut it out. No offense to any of you guys that still watch it.
We got to switch to these.
It's called WWE now. Oh, other side.
Yeah, I got it.
Other side. I got you. You're so fancy. The rocket ship.
Rocket ship. Oh, we're doing a hat now.
Yep.
Like the other hat. Don't need a sticker. All right.
Reaching in
Pick
there.
number 7.
Number 2.
That goes to Jamie's number 2. Jamie Till. Whatever his dumb name is, should be Sniffin' Rattler's Jockstrap was a great name.
He was so mad about that.
I know,
He
he's
was
such a
so
baby.
mad about that. You won't let me change my name.
I might go in and change it again. Just let it hang out there for a while.
He said he was gonna
Quit.
He wasn't gonna play.
quit.
He wasn't gonna play.
And he would have missed out on second place over his team name.
He screwed me last year too because we played in the toilet bowl where we were gonna win $20 back.
Oh,
and
2
he
years
beat
ago.
me. He beat me in that. Yeah, 2 years ago. Son of a bitch. All right, number 14. Number 14.
Lee Corso's headgear. Mike Mitchell coming in. You might be able to get Sam Hartman there. Notre Dame
We'll get some
quarterback
high-profile picks.
coming in at pick number 6. Getting down to it now. We have still looking for you get the number 1 pick. The Fighting Harbaughs, probably Blake Corum.
Yeah.
Playoff committee. Jason Ricker. No Bijan Robinson, so I don't know who he'd take. East Carolina Hambone.
Mm-hmm.
Beer Belly Blues and Chef Al.
Yep.
Don't you think this is really who's going to take Caleb Williams? Isn't it really about who's going to take him?
I mean, pretty much. The Arizona Cardinals are going to take Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
That's my prediction.
And then we're going to do Kyler Murray and all that money.
He's kind of a diva. You can cut him. Number 7, or somebody will trade him.
Team number 7, East Carolina Hambones.
There you go.
So there's our other division. So this is Division B, and I'll get names. One will be Booches, Harpo's, probably one of the Blue Note, one Deja Vu. There's 4 bars, Columbia, Missouri. So anyway, those will be 4 there. So the other division's already settled. Is what order are they going to choose?
Yep. Somebody's going to get that number 1 draft pick.
Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? 2 numbers stuck together. I'm just going to take the top one. Number 9.
Team 9.
Number 9.
That will be Chef Al. He gets the number 3 pick. The Caleb Williams Derby is down to 2. Now, or there's 3 left. Sorry,
there are
3 teams left. So neither one of these is colder than the other ones. There won't be any New York Knicks stuff on the Patrick Ewing draft. You've ever heard that story?
Oh gosh,
It's so long
vaguely.
ago.
I feel like vaguely.
So yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
86 draft class or 85 draft class. I think most of you guys are older. Remember that they're trying to. There's a conspiracy theory that when they reached and draw out the tiles out of the for the NBA draft lottery, they used to grab up big board things and set them up in the draft thing. That the Knick one was ice cold, so they wouldn't pick that till last. So the Knicks would get the big name for the market, and that's how the Knicks ended up with Patrick Ewing. That's an old story.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past people.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't
Not
put
the
it
NBA.
past. All right, number 5.
Team 5. That goes to Jason Ricker and Playoff Committee.
Getting the number 3 pick.
And then 2 guys left.
Only 2 left.
2 left. So pick one out.
All right, reach in here, grab one. Number 3.
All right. So number 8, Beer Belly Blues. Todd Munn wins the Caleb Williams lottery.
He might shock the world and just do something.
He might do Spencer Rattler. He had him last
Go
year.
to the top.
Yeah.
I'll probably put this thing on a little jacked up. Sorry,
You're good.
He's a little on the massages on Watson's tab, but I don't think Watson.
That was Beer Belly Blues last
mine's
one at 8.
definitely
So there's our order, guys. So not bowl eligible, Swag Juice, G Daddy, almost nap time in a division. Mizzou Gunner, TKK, Massages, Titty City in another division. East Carolina Handbone, Lee Courses Headgear, Recruit Nick, or I'm sorry, Rattler's Jock Sniffer, the Rocket Ship, and then this is a tough division. The Harbaugh, Jason, the Playoff Committee, Chef Al, and Beer Belly Blues. So there's our draft order. See how it goes, man. I'm looking forward to Monday. Couple reminders you can go on the website, which I think we talked about this last year, Justin. Your phone is fine to kind of make lineup changes, but to see things, if you go on a desktop or an iPad, it's easier to see.
Much easier to see.
And I don't know, I haven't looked at the new updated fan tracks to see if it's any better. I guess y'all can let me know, but I just know that looking at my desktop, which I normally look at, it's a much more user-friendly system to get around in. Remember, the conferences are all checked for player eligibility. The draft room is open. You can go pre-rank your players. The main conferences are there. We also have, I think, a couple teams from the Sun Belt.
Did you let Kansas play this year?
No.
The Jayhawks.
We only allow
I thought they were a football team.
They are no longer football. They still, the Kansas Jayhawks are not qualified as a Division I football program. And when you have a field that's ugly, you've sucked for that long. In fact, here's a little known fact. The Kansas Jayhawks finally surpassed Missouri in Big 12 wins since 2011, sorry.
All right.
It took them 10 years to over 11 years to pass us in total wins in the Big 12 since 2011. The last year we were there was 2011.
It's impressive.
So there's just 1 year of Big 12 wins for us. It took them 11 years to get that many. So anyway, fuck the Jayhawks. We don't count them. They have an ugly mascot. They cheat. Fuck them. Anyway, so they're not allowed.
That's fair.
As a commissioner, that's one thing I ask as commissioner.
You get to decide.
On
you
that.
get to make that
Everything else the league decides on. But anyway, that'll be it, guys. We'll do for this week's edition. We got the draft order in. I know the video's about 40 minutes. That's long enough to listen to us. Check out your the pay link. Get your dues paid. Make sure you're ready to go. It's a little before 7 o'clock on Monday. I think it's a minute and a half between picks. We'll roll through those. Be prepared. And if you do have a problem with the draft, text me or call me. Everyone has my phone number, and I can pause the draft if we have to work out any technical difficulties. Over that. Justin, thanks for your help.
Best of luck this year, gentlemen.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Thanks, Justin, again. All right, boys. Have a good one.